Hey everyone, I thought I would jump on to a video today and just share a word that I thought might encourage you. So if you need some encouragement or you know someone who might want some today, this is for you. It's for me too, otherwise I wouldn't be sharing. So I've been thinking a lot about our journey in this life, and especially during this time where there's a lot going on in the world and fear-based things are being promoted, and there's so much political chaos happening as well. And in the midst of all of that, we just have normal life. We have kids and family and work and jobs and situations, relationships. And I was getting dressed the other day and I wanted to be comfortable and casual. And so I put on a pair of sandals and figured, hey, I'm in San Diego, this is going to be okay. So I go to my event and I'm standing around, and I knew I'd be standing for quite some time, so I knew they'd be comfortable enough, but not like flip-flops or tennis shoes or anything like that. So I thought I was making a wise choice, and lo and behold, I realized, gosh, it's not as warm as it normally is, and it's kind of overcast and windy, and so I was questioning my decision and realized it's kind of cold. I shouldn't be wearing these shoes. Like, if I was being smart and making a good choice, I would have put on tennis shoes. It doesn't matter really what it looks like, right? Be comfortable and be protected. And that was just one example. Those of you who live near snow know it's not wise to go out in flip-flops in the snow. Those of you who are going on a long hike would think, probably shouldn't wear my heels today, right? So it's kind of important to make choices that will support the underlying foundation of our journey and where we're going. And it brought me back to that passage in Ephesians where it talks about putting on the full armor of God. Now, we clothe ourselves with what we need for the road ahead. And I love always reading through those verses and thinking about the breastplate of righteousness. Yes, God, you are my righteousness. And the helmet of salvation. Lord, protect my eyes and my ears and my thoughts. And like, those are the things, the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith. You go to those, but sometimes we overlook the other parts, the things actually that really from the foundation up matter. And so I was thinking about the part of the passage that talks about shoes and how we are to strap on the gospel of peace. And I was thinking, gosh, if we would walk each journey strapping on the gospel, which is good news, right? It's about Jesus and all he's done for us, not only the forgiveness from sin, but just who he is. He is salvation. He is our life giver. He is the one who instills power and encouragement and authority into our lives so that we can actually walk through life well. And so I was thinking, if we actually put on the right shoes for the journey and strapped on not just peace, because it says the gospel of peace, if we strapped on the good news of who Jesus is and what he's done for us and what he has called us into, the relationship that he wants with each one of us, if we were to use that as our foundation each day, then we would have peace in those hard situations. We would have his love and his power and his goodness and his light and his life for every situation. So instead of walking in despair, we would walk in hope. And instead of walking in fear, we would walk in a sound mind and in love. Instead of walking in depression, we would walk in excitement for all that God will do. Maybe what he hasn't done yet, but what he will do. And so I was just thinking about how important shoes are. Shoes matter. If you're walking through health situations right now, if you're walking down roads that are financially difficult and frustrating, if you're walking through situations at work or at home relationally that are just overwhelming, and you see obstacles popping up and you feel like you're walking on a gravel road barefoot with weeds and thorns and rocks just jutting up everywhere, if that's the picture that you find yourself relating to, then maybe it's time to look down at your feet and decide, What have I strapped on today? Have I been putting on fear instead of love? Have I been putting on hopelessness instead of confidence and trust in who God is? Have I strapped on shoes that are not made for this journey? I think part of that journey, part of that process is looking down and saying, God, I know you've clothed me in your righteousness, and I know you've given me a shield of faith, and I know you've given me a spirit of truth who defeated the darkness, who was raised from the dead, who handed me keys to unlock every situation. Am I putting on those shoes? Am I putting on that readiness to share with others what you've done and what you will do for them? Am I giving out to others instead of being stuck? How am I walking? And do I have the right shoes on, because shoes matter?